It's time now for the Peter Channel News Evening Report, Saturday, September 6, 2014, 5 o'clock. Good afternoon, everybody, and evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins, and here's what's happening here. Top story at 5. After saying he would overhaul the nation's immigration system by the end of the summer, President Obama now has decided to delay any action until after the November elections. Here, in New York, Kei Nishigori of Japan fought off the heat and top-ranked Novak Djokovic to become the first Asia-born man to reach a Grand Slam final at the U.S. Open. Somalia's Al-Shabaab militant group has confirmed the death of its leader in a U.S. airstrike and named a successor. The Al-Qaeda-linked militants announced the selection of Ahmed Omar to replace Ahmed Abdi Godin. In Freetown, Sierra Leone has planned a 3-day nationwide lockdown in an effort to halt an Ebola outbreak that has killed hundreds and moved that a leading medical charity said Saturday will not help. A ceasefire between Ukrainian forces and a Russian-backed separatist usually held in the nation Ukraine Saturday, raising prospects for at least a temporary halt to 5 months of warfare.
Primarily in this area that you see across parts of northern.
President Barack Obama spoke at the James Brady Press Briefing Room on Thursday at the House in Washington, D.C. before convening a meeting with his national security team on a militant threat in Syria and Iraq. Egypt has charged Assad President Mohamed Morsi with leaking national security threats to cater yet another crackdown in imminent Muslim Brotherhood. And suspected jihadists accused of a deadly shooting at Belgium's Jewish Museum also guarded Western hostages while fighting with ISIS in Syria, according to a French journalist and a former captive. Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia plans to send a search team to the crash site in Ukraine of Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 before winter sets in together physical evidence to prove the plane was shot down, Prime Minister Najib Razak said on Saturday. A screenshot from flight tracking website FlightAware shows the path of a single-engine plane that wandered off course of a flight from Rochester, New York. In Hudson, Florida, a man suspected in killings of 4 people whose bodies were found decomposing outside of Tampa, Florida, appeared in court on Saturday. The summer fire season continues to cover parts of the West with smoke as thousands of firefighters battle blazes as a new one forced evacuation to the Yosemite National Park in California. Family Dollar Stores Incorporated rejected an increased takeover bid from Dollar General Corporation, again citing antitrust concerns and increasing the likelihood of a hostile approach. It was another good week for the stocks, with the Standard & Poor's 500 S&P 500 closing in at its highest level ever once again. This rise was spurred by a jobs report which came in weaker than most analysts anticipated. If there is any doubt that any technology is trying to lose its unfashionable image, the recent announcement of Intel and Fossil Group teaming up together should put that to rest. That leak and tap at Cupertino appears to be Gemini at Apple's 9th September launch of a new lighting. The latest speculative report says that the fruity company is linked iPhone payment agreements with CVS and Walgreens, the 2 biggest drugstore chains in the country. Volume Up is a regular column on the consumer technology ecosystem by Rectech Research Principal Analyst Ross Rubin, as 5 brutal smartwatch problems with Apple's iWatch must conquer. Simone Battle, who rose to fame on the U.S. version of X Factor, was found dead in the Los Angeles home. Her body was discovered early Friday morning, and TMZ reports that the cause of death was suicide. Joan Rivers was 81 and not in pristine health when she went to a cardiac arrest during an outpatient procedure at a Manhattan clinic last week. Bill Murray was been honored at the Toronto Film Festival with a special day dedicated to him. Friday was dubbed Bill Murray Day by organizers who put on free screenings of the star's films. According to researchers found at the University of Washington, California, blue whales population has recovered its sustainable numbers. Archivists make adjustments to ensure that a dainty drop of water forms just before impacting its target. In Jerusalem, a Nigerian visitor has been undergoing testing in an Israeli hospital after being admitted with a fever is not sick with Ebola, hospital spokeswoman said on Saturday. Unknown contagious viruses cause an upper respiratory tract infection, which hospitals say is a self-limiting, and have restricted visits to children with flu-like systems. There is a lot of more dangerous pathogens hidden away in government labs that the government realized, while it's been determined that these potentially deadly pathogens were hidden in obscure areas, and the reason that they've been found due to concern. In Lakeville, Massachusetts, there's a fire in a train engine compartment at the Khmer rail station. Engine 2 responding. In Ipswich, Massachusetts, 2 children struck by lightning. Advanced life support to Beverly Hospital with CPR in progress. As according to amateur radio, 2 girls struck by lightning at Cranes Beach. Details to follow here, as it is a nasty weather out there this afternoon and continuing in the hours because we had a lot of heat, a lot of humidity, feels these thunderstorms, and I'm going to have more of that in a couple of minutes from now. Here, the New Bedford Police Department is looking to identify this child who was found alone on Bellevue Avenue in the city. He is given the name of Elio Mark Cruz and he is 5 years old. If you know this child or his parents, please have his parents contact the North End Police Station at 508-991-6360 or contact Police Dispatch at 508-991-6350. Take a look at a sports scene here. The Team USA defeated Mexico 86-63. Serena Williams beat Ekaterina Makarova in straight sets and advanced to the final of the US Open Tennis. Lincoln, Nebraska, Amir Abdul's charge jump and 58-yard touchdown pass on the Junior Brooklyn at 20 with 20 seconds left, and Nebraska, number 18 seed, let a scare against McNeese State escape them as they defeated McNeese State in the final seconds. Here, other scores around the Major League Baseball. It is New York Mets leading the Cincinnati Reds 1-0 in the bottom of the second inning here. New York Yankees lead the Kansas City Royals 1-0 in the top of the second inning. Bottom of the third, no score between the Houston Astros and the Oakland A's. Philadelphia Phillies lead the Washington Nationals 2-0. Tampa Bay Rays defeated the Baltimore Orioles 3-2, and San Francisco Giants over the Detroit Tigers 5-4. In ML Soccer, Philadelphia Union defeated Toronto 2-0 here. Okay, let's take a look at the traffic situation on this Saturday afternoon. It's Southeast Expressway on the southbound side, slow from the Tippinell Tunnel all the way down through the split. And Route 2 on the westbound side, a little slow around the Littleton stretch, but otherwise a smooth sailing speed, and take it easy at it because it is stormy out. And take a look at the weather, and it is right now our current conditions here in North Massachusetts at 5:07 p.m. 84 degrees at temperature with a humidity of 65%. Wind speed southwest about 14 gusts and 22 miles per hour. Barometer 20 up 78 inches, dew point about 71 degrees. Visibility 10 miles, the heat index 89 degrees. Here, excuse me. Take a look at a radar scope here, and it shows lines of showers and storms from northern Massachusetts and the northeastern Massachusetts from Newburyport, stretching down for Lawrence, Lowell, stretching up into southern New Hampshire, down to North Worcester County and north central Franklin County in Massachusetts here. And we got another patches of showers and storms around northeastern Connecticut, moving into the northeast. A cell around Medfield, moving toward the northeast towards Kenton, Randolph, Braintree, and down through Weymouth, and down through southern sections of Boston suburbs here, and a line of cell from southwestern Connecticut from Stamford down for Bridgeport, with a lot of hail and damaging winds around in Fairfield, Indian Connecticut from Stamford down for Bridgeport here. And zooming it out, and it and we're zooming it out, and it shows lots of lines of showers and storms from up in New Brunswick and eastern Quebec, stretching down for much of the eastern seaboard and covering much of the southeastern states and around Texas and Oklahoma, and down for the Fort Quarter region and down for western portions of Wyoming here. And a line of rain showers and a few storms from eastern and western portions of Ontario and down to west central portions of Saskatchewan here. And take a look at our satellite loop here, and it shows a line of clouds coming in from eastern Quebec, coming down for the much of the northeast down for the Appalachians, and stretching it down for the Tennessee Valley, down for Arkansas, down for Oklahoma, down for western Texas, and then down for the Far Quarter region, down through Mexico. And a line of batch of clouds coming in much of Florida, Alabama, southern Georgia, down for the coastal Carolinas here. And a line of clouds from British Columbia, stretching in Alberta, Saskatchewan, down for Ontario, up into James Bay. And that's Trouble Storm Norbert there. Current conditions around the region here, we had, it's steamy hot here. It's steamy here in the region here. 90 degrees at temperature right now in Boston, A8 in Pittsburgh and Bedford, A1 in Beverly, A2 in Gloucester, A4 in Worcester, A2 in Sturbridge, A5 in Webster, A7 in Milford, A9 in Norwood, A6 in Taunton, A2 in New Bedford, A8 in Plymouth, 79 in Provincetown, 75 in Chatham, 79 in Falmouth, 73 in Cape Cod Bay, 76 in Marvin's Meter 75 and Nantucket 75 in Block 9. A1 in Wesley, A6 in Providence, A4 in Smithfield, A3 in Islip, A2 in New York City, 77 in Montauk, 79 in Islip, 77 in Bridgeport, 86 in New Haven, 79 in Long Island Sound, 80 in Denver, A1 in Warbury, A5 in Meriden, A2 in Hartford. It's 89 in Windsor, Lexington and Springfield, A6 in Amherst, A5 in Greenfield, A3 in Pittsfield, 77 in Albany, New York. It's 76 in Northampton, Massachusetts, 79 in Bennington, 72 in Brattleboro, 73 in Keenan, Jeffrey, New Hampshire, A1 in Concord, New Hampshire. It's 72 in Manchester, New Hampshire. It's 90 in Nashville, New Hampshire. It's 89 in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Here. And take a look at our map situation here. A cold front from southern New Mexico, searching down Texas, and curving around for the Tennessee Valley and around the Ohio, and searching down for the metro and northeastern states, and up in eastern Canada, and up further from western New England, and searching down for the United States, and then down for North Carolina, and another further down for the South Carolina coastline, and another further from western Georgia, searching in Florida Panhandle here. And a further from western Colorado down for Utah, another further from southeastern Colorado, searching in New Mexico, a further down from southern Nevada, and a further from southwestern California, down for Baja California, Mexico, and a further from southern Oregon, down for the California coastline here, down for inland California, and a further we have a low pressure off western Washington coastline. And low pressure in north central California, southern Nevada, northern Arizona, and northern Texas and eastern Arkansas here. And we got low pressure in eastern South Carolina and western portions of Florida. And we got high pressure in the Yellowstone Valley, central Nebraska, western Texas, eastern Manitoba, and western North Carolina here. 74 degrees temperature right now in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But look at Washington, D.C. 94 degrees, 91 in Atlanta, 85 in Miami, 91 in Brownsville, 92 in Dallas, Texas, 73 out in Kansas City, 71 in Omaha, Nebraska, 74 in Chicago, 75 in Minneapolis, 74 in Great Falls, Montana, 82 in Seattle, 70 in San Francisco, 75 in Los Angeles, 95 in Vegas, 99 in Phoenix, 78 out in Albuquerque, 68 in Denver, and 83 in Salt Lake City, Utah. Take a look at the latest warnings here. Okay, turning on the warnings here. There's a one severe thunderstorm watch until 5:45 p.m. for northeastern Worcester County and central Massachusetts, central Middlesex County, and northeast Massachusetts until 5:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 5:03 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, double radar indicated severe thunderstorm capable of producing damaging winds in excess of 60 miles an hour. This storm was located over Fitchburg, moving in the east at 35 miles per hour. Some locations impacted included Newton, Waltham, Leominster, Fitchburg, Billerica, Woburn, Chelmsford, Lexington, Tewksbury, Belmont, Burlington, Wilmington, Westford, Acton, Concord, Sudbury, Bedford, Wayland, Pepperell, and Tingsboro. Precaution, prepares actors. Severe thunderstorms produce damaging winds and larger. Go indoors and stay away from windows, and drivers should prepare for low visibility and avoid flooded roads. Here, while not immediately likely, these storms may produce a short-lived tornadoes. Move to a safe place down a straight structure such as a basement or a small interior room. And we got another severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 6 p.m. from northeastern Middlesex, central Essex, and southeastern Hillsborough counties. At 5:12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, double radar indicated severe thunderstorm capable of producing damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. This storm was located over North Carolina and Dover, moving east at 35 miles per hour. Another severe thunderstorm was near Drake and Mifflin and was also moving in east about 35 miles per hour. These storms will toward Cape Ann, and in fact 6 p.m. Locations impacted include Lowell, Lawrence, Haverhill, Methuen, Andover, Drake, Tewksbury, Gloucester, North Andover, Danvers, Ipswich, Pelham, Middleton, Georgetown, Boxford, Hamilton, Rockford, Rockport, Newbury, Grillwood, and Topsfield. Precaution, prepares action. Severe thunderstorm produce damaging winds in Detroit Dale. Go inside to an interior room on the lowest floor of your home or business. Drivers shouldn't expect poor visibility and avoid flooded roads. Here we have a severe thunderstorm watch for much of the region till 9 p.m. Standard time here for much of eastern Massachusetts and up to southern Maine, New Hampshire, and down to Vermont. Here in eastern New York, from Albany down to New York City. Here. And take a look at our Okay, take a look at a short-range public discussion to be a slight risk of severe thunderstorms from northern New England to the Mid-Atlantic states. Heavy rain possible along the southeast Mid-Atlantic coastline. A front extended from the northeast to the southern Appalachians, then westward to the Southern Island Plains will move off the northeast Mid-Atlantic coast by Sunday morning while lingering along the southeast and Gulf Coast by Monday. Moisture pulling along the boundary will aid in British and showers of thunderstorms from the northeast coast to the Mid-Atlantic Central Appalachians on Saturday evening, moving off the northeast coast by Sunday morning. Likewise, showers and thunderstorms will be developed along the Gulf Coast to the southeast Mid-Atlantic states on Saturday. Sunday into Monday, the showers and thunderstorms will develop along parts of the southern Mid-Atlantic coast to the southeast and along parts of the Gulf Coast. Meanwhile, southeasterly flow off the Gulf of Mexico to aid in British and showers and thunderstorms over the parts of the western Gulf Coast into the lower Rio Grande Valley. In fact, Sunday evening, in addition, monsoonal moisture associated with Pacific Hurricane Norman will move into the southwestern corner of the United States and add moisture along the Bermuda Heating will aid in development showers and thunderstorms over parts of the southwest and expansive parts of southern California. The Great Basin and southern and central Rockies on Sunday and Monday. See the latest advisory for National Hurricane Center for the most updated on Hurricane Norman, and that's what we're going to do here. First of all, there are two tropical depressions, not one, not two, but three. A weak trail of low pressure is over Georgia and it's producing deluge, cloudiness and showers from North Florida to the coastal waters of the Carolinas. The development of this system in the Atlantic will drift northeastward over the southeastern United States during the next couple of days, and at the time this low is expected to emerge with a frontal zone over the western Atlantic Ocean, and development is unlikely. Formation chance for hours, low near 0% formation chance for 5 days, low 10% shower activity is associated with an area of low pressure located 700 miles west of the Cape Verde Islands shows some signs of organization. However, this system is moving into an unfavorable environment during the next several days, and its development is not anticipated. Formation chance for 4 hours, low 10% formation chance for 5 days, low 10% of tropical wave is forecast to move off the west coast of Africa by late Sunday. Environmental conditions are expected to be conducive for gradual development of this system early next week while it moves toward the west and west-northwest over the eastern tropical Atlantic Ocean. Formation chance for 4 hours, low near 0% of formation chance for 5 days, medium about 40%. And take a look at the Eastern Pacific tropical outlook here. Central location. And latest on Norbert, 25.3 in the north, 114.8 to the west. Maximum sustained winds, 1 to 5 miles per movement, northwest by 8 miles per hour here. And the latest public advisory, the 5 o'clock advisory on Norbert. Weather conditions forecasted to improve to the southern Baja California Peninsula as Norbert moves away from the coast. Location 25.3 to the north, 114.8 to the west, about 160 miles, 260 kilometers west-northwest of the capital San Lazaro, Mexico, about 175 miles, 28 kilometers south of the Punta Eugenia, Mexico, and maximum sustained winds 1 to 5 miles per hour, 165 kilometers an hour, and present movement in the northwest of 3 to 5 degrees at 8 miles per hour, and 13 kilometers an hour. Minimum central pressure 965 millibars at 28.5 inches. The governor of Mexico has discontinued the tropical storm warning for the east coast of the Baja California Peninsula for the west coast south of the Puerto San Andres Studio. Submarine watches warnings in effect. The tropical storm warning is in effect for Puerto San Andres Studio to Punta Eugenia. For storm information specific to your area, please monitor products issued by a local National Meteorological Service here. At 2 p.m. Pacific Time, 20 UTC, the center of Hurricane Norbert was located near latitude 25.3 to the north, 114.8 to the west longitude, and Norbert is moving toward the northwest near 8 miles by 13 kilometers an hour, and this is motion is expected to continue throughout Sunday. On the forecast track, the hurricane will continue to move parallel to the west coast of the Baja California Peninsula throughout the weekend. Max sustained winds have decreased near 1 to 5 miles per hour, 165 kilometers with higher gusts, and weakening its forecast during the next 48 hours, and Norbert is expected to weaken into a tropical storm on Sunday. Hurricane force winds extend upwards up to 45 miles per hour, 75 kilometers an hour from the center, and the tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 140 miles, 220 kilometers an hour, and the estimated minimum central pressure is 965 millibars at 28.5 inches here. Hazards affecting land. Wind. Tropical storm conditions are expected to continue spreading northward within the tropical storm warning area throughout Sunday. Rainfall. Norbert is expected to produce rainfall amounts of 3 to 6 inches over central and northern portions of the Baja California Peninsula throughout Monday. Isolated maximum totals around 10 inches expected. Swift, large swells associated with Norbert are affecting portions of the southwestern coast of Mexico and the southern portion of the Gulf of California should continue to gradually subside today. These large swells will spread northward along the west coast of the Baja Peninsula throughout the weekend, producing dangerous surf conditions and whip currents here. And forecast discussion here in New England here. A cold front will sweep throughout the area today with showers and thunderstorms. High pressure behind the cold front bring dry weather and near seasonable temperatures tomorrow. Fierce showers are possible times Tuesday, next Friday, but The majority of the period will likely feature dry weather just below normal temperatures early in the week, may moderate a bit above normal by next Thursday and Friday. Severe thunderstorm watch until 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time across much of the southern New England there. Latest meteor analysts continue to indicate abundant low-level instability. Mean layer Cape falls an hour in excess of 2,000 JKG across most of the southern New England, mainly across the interior. Most unstable Cape falls in excess of 3,000 JKG where coming in, while mid-level lapse weights remain weak, about 5 km. Nearly most antibiotic that along with about this affected shear of 20-25 knots, and looks like the main limited impactors are far as convection this afternoon and evening. Last remember that stratus and Cape Cod down shrinking rapidly. Chills experience the stratus dissipate before shower and thunderstorms will arrive later this evening. However, the stratus will significantly limit instability across this region along with arrival time and around sunset. Expecting storms to be weakening as they move through. The main threats will remain strong, damaging winds and heavy rainfall. Cannot completely discount large hail, but those should be fewer. In number with a very high dew point and high wet bulb 0 levels. A cold front will be moving slowly offshore between 00Z and 060 and with some shear left over the moisture pool, and could see some convective activity linger for about midnight 04Z and especially across southern Connecticut, Rhode Island, and southeast Massachusetts otherwise. Outside of it, some fog due to leftover ground moisture and another somewhat mild, although cooler than Friday night. And his prospective remnant clouds will take some time to diminish here. And let's take a look at tonight's lows here. We will see 68 for Boston, 64 for Hartford, 67 in New York City, 63 for Worcester, 57 for Albany and Concord, New Hampshire, 52 for Rutland, Vermont, and 60 in Portland, Maine. So much of southern New England and coastal New Hampshire and Maine could see 60 degrees. Up in interior Vermont and New Hampshire and up in the upstate, you can see temperatures in the 50s. So a dividing line. So, a dividing line, 50s up in the North Country, 60s for here in much of southern New England there. And let's take a look at our view from the outside there. Open the door, and it is sunny and very, very humid on tap. And that is what fuels these thunderstorms. High humidity, heat, the delay in the sun, that's what fuels these severe thunderstorm watch, and we have a severe thunderstorm watch until 9 p.m. Alright, let's take a look at our 7-day. First, we're under a severe thunderstorm watch until 9 p.m. For much of the region here, so take a look at our 7-day forecast. It goes like this. Late afternoon, chance of showers and thunderstorms. Some storms will be severe with a large hail and damaging winds. Parts of the sky near 89 degrees southwest wind about 10 miles per hour. Wind gusts at 21 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation 30%. New rainfall amounts to less than 10 inches. Check 7 hours possible in thunderstorms. For tonight, showers and thunderstorms likely before 2 a.m. To the slight chance of showers, some storms will be severe with large hail and damaging winds. Mostly cloud skies will low in 64 degrees and west wind about 6 miles per hour, becoming lighter variable in the evening. Chance of precipitation 6%. New rainfall amounts between a 10th and quarter inch. Check the amounts possible in thunderstorms. Sunday, most cloud skies and gross becoming sunny skies high near 67 degrees. North wind about 5 to 7 miles per hour. Sunday night, most of good skies on 54 degrees and light and variable wind. Monday, sunny skies near 72 degrees. Northeast wind about 7 to 9 miles per hour. Monday night, slight chance of showers after 2 a.m. Most of the skies low in 57 degrees and chance of precipitation 20%. Tuesday, chance of showers between 7 a.m. and noon. Most of the skies high near 71 degrees. Chance of precipitation 30%. Thursday night, most of the skies low in 57 degrees. Wednesday, parts of the sky near 73 degrees. With that, most of the skies low in 59 degrees. Thursday, chance of showers. Most of the skies high near 67 degrees. Chance of precipitation 30%. Thursday night, chance of showers. Most of the skies low in 64 degrees. Chance of precipitation 40%. And Friday, chance of showers. Parts of the sky near 78 degrees and chance of precipitation 40%. Friday night, parts of the sky low in 58 degrees. And for Saturday, chance of showers. Most of the sky near 73 degrees. Peters, what a phrase of the evenings. Showers and storms on tap. Some of them can be severe. That's page 8 with you. A good day with a good positive attitude and a good evening. And we'll see you for the late night report 11. And have a good evening with a good positive attitude. Stay safe. Have a good day and a good evening. See you at 11.